Here's the first look at Tom Holland as Uncharted's Nathan Drake. Since time immemorial, mankind has looked to the stars and wondered, why are we here? Are we alone in the universe? And will the Uncharted movie finally get made? And for years, Hollywood has desperately tried to turn Naughty Dog's epic action-adventure games into a major motion picture. But much like Nathan Drake himself, the universe has always said, no. No. Well, today we have at least the answer to one of those questions, because as it turns out, the Uncharted movie is actually happening. No, this isn't a prank. We have photographic proof. Tom Holland and Nolan North blessed our timelines today with the first official look at the long-gestating Uncharted movie. On Thursday, Tom Holland, who plays Nathan Drake in this movie, a rugged treasure hunter that's equal parts Indiana Jones and Peter Parker, revealed a first look at what we can expect from this version of Nathan Drake. On Instagram, Holland showed a photo of himself in a costume that looks straight out of the original Uncharted game. Wearing an off-white Henley made even more off-white by all the blood, sweat, and grime all over it, khaki pants, leather holsters for a pair of pistols, and a durable-looking watch, Holland is the spitting image of a young Nathan Drake. And you can also see Francis Drake's silver ring hanging from a cord around his neck. Now, for some added context, in the video games, Nathan is the self-proclaimed descendant of Francis Drake, and that ring, engraved with the phrase Sic Parvis Magna, or greatness from small beginnings, is a crucial piece in Nathan's hunt for the lost city of El Dorado. And whether or not this is the plot the movie will follow, or if it's a nice Easter egg for fans to uncover, that remains to be seen. Something tells me it's just a bit of an Easter egg. Now, the only thing missing here is Nathan's goofy-ass belt buckle, which is emblazoned with a horseshoe, but maybe that's just hidden tastefully underneath the Henley, which, I'll be honest, for the sake of canonicity, should be half tucked in. I mean, that's basically his signature look. But in addition to Holland's post, the original voice of Nathan Drake, Nolan North, also shared a sneak peek at the movie. North, who visited the set in what's a nice passing of the torch moment, shared 3 behind-the-scenes photos. Now, the first is a photo of the 2 actors having a lovely conversation on set with what either looks like actors in robes or people playing scientists behind them. My guess is the former, not the latter. The other 2 photos, though, are far more revealing. Now, one of them is an image of a golden relic inserted like a key in what appears to be a casket or a door of some sort, and what definitely appears to be a dusty old crypt. On Twitter, Uncharted game studio Naughty Dog shared this image with a quote attributed to Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan. "Meet the shadowy future without fear and conquer the unknown." Now, this is relevant because the other photo Nolan shared is a close-up shot of Francis Henry Hill Guimard's 1890 Magellan biography, Magellan, The Life of Ferdinand Magellan and the First Circumnavigation of the Globe. So clearly, Magellan and his famous trip around the world, his circumnavigation, will be crucial to this film's plot. And considering how grueling that voyage was, how many criminals were recruited to sail with Magellan, and the frankly brutal ways in which he dealt with mutineers, something tells me that Portuguese explorer left some hidden treasure troves out there just awaiting for Nathan Drake to uncover someday. Uncharted is currently filming in Jabia, a seaside town in Spain near Valencia, and that's impressive beyond the fact they're navigating a massive production like this during the time of COVID-19. This movie is 12 years in the making by this point. First announced in 2008, the film has gone through a frankly comedic amount of directors. David O. Russell, Neil Berger, Seth Gordon, Sean Levy, Dan Trachtenberg, Travis Knight, and finally they landed on Venom's Ruben Fleischer, who at the time of this filming has not disappeared from set under mysterious circumstances. Yet. Nathan Drake himself has been an even bigger question mark. Back in 2010, Nathan Fillion, who bears a striking resemblance to this character, campaigned on social media for the part and even went on to make a fan film starring himself as Nathan Drake. Later, Mark Wahlberg was attached to play the part before eventually transitioning to play Nathan's partner/mentor, Sully, and others like Chris Pratt were considered, but ultimately the studio settled on Tom Holland, deciding to turn this movie into something that can be more of a prequel to the video games rather than a retelling of something gamers have already played beat for beat. So the fact that this movie is happening at all kind of feels like a minor miracle, or a minor curse, depending on how you feel about video game movies. I did an old episode of my show, The Dan Cave, about why so many video game movies are so terrible, and I'll link to that in the description below if you're curious. But for now, we can just appreciate and bask in the glory of these first look set photos, Nolan North seal of approval, and we can keep our fingers crossed that this movie is going to be everything Uncharted fans have been waiting to see on the big screen. But in the meantime, tell me, what do you think? Do you like Tom Holland as Nathan Drake? What do you think the Uncharted movie is actually going to be about? Let's discuss in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.